Okay, now we'll look at SplineIK. Again, SplineIK is a way of speeding up the animation workflow, really. Let's look at this. So what I've got is a basic hierarchy, just a set of bones acting like a spine may. We've got quite a few different bones on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the end effect, the end bone on there. So to get this into any kind of pleasing arc, what we're going to do is go through, like with the FK, with the leg, and we're just going to go through and rotate each of these different points. Okay? So I'll just put an animation on this, and you can just see that. So I can go through, rotate those points, and we can create that pleasing curve. Now this isn't too bad in this situation, but if you had a lot more bones in here, so you can create a lot more deformation in there, it would be uneconomical to go through and have to rotate all of those different bones. There are a few ways around that. One way is to actually script things, so we could script it so when we rotate one bone, it rotates the next bone in the same direction by a percentage of that rotation, which will give it more of a natural flow, and that's used quite a lot in spines as well. But what we'll do is we'll look at this SplineIK method. So I'm just going to hide this cylinder. Let's hide the geometry, so you can see this. So what this works on is, like IK, we need a chain, a hierarchy of bones, whatever they may be, and so we need some link in between these, and we also need a spline as well, hence the SplineIK. So I'm just going to go into my shapes, go into line. I'm just going to grab my snap tool, which if I just right click, I've got set to grid points right now. I'm just going to go in, and so I'm going to simplify this chain basically. What I'm going to do is not do a point of this spline on every point of this bone structure. Let's go through and go through 2 bones at a time. So if I go up to 2 bones up, click, 2 bones, click, and then I'll go up to the end effector and click, and then right click to end, and just click off snip. So what I've got here is a spline with these points in the middle. So not as many as we've got bones, and what these are going to be are the control objects for this. So let's just put this back into position. So the way we apply this is to click on the bottom of the bone structure, where we want the SplineIK to start, and then I'm going to go to Animation, IK Solvers, SplineIK Solver. So the first thing you do is go up to the end of the IK chain, and then so we just click on that left click, and then this drags out another selector, which I'm going to click on the spine. It'll only let you click on the spline itself, it won't let you click on any other object. So click on that. What this has done is given us a set of essentially what just point helpers or dummies, where those points, where those vertices in the spline were. And these now allow us to have control over the rotation of the bones connected between them. So you see when I start bending this around, we can actually start creating that rotation just by a positional change. Okay. Same with the next one, I can grab on that and we can bend these over and grab this one. Start bending these over and we can start getting quite a nice curved shape. Okay. Just with a lot less work, we don't have exactly the same amount of deformation in there. We could have maybe put one on the end as well, or had another chain on the end to create a bit more flexibility on the end of that. But we've got a pretty good chain there, a pretty good chain to animate. And the thing is that we don't need to animate as many points as I would have to with all the rotation of the bones. Simply grab these control objects and just start moving these about to create the movement for your chain. Really useful if you've got something you've got quite a few bones in the chain, but you don't want to have to go in and actually mess about rotating each one of those individual bones. So that's SplineIK.